Hello, my friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to episode 189 of Why Did I Buy This? This started as a way to help my friends who had craft supplies in their collection. It was a way to help them learn how to use them, but it's also a really good series for those of you who are getting started and you're wondering what you need. My name is Lindsay Mann. I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I have been a demonstrator over 21 years. I love to craft and I love to get to share ideas with you. Hello, friends. As you tune in, make sure you say hi. You can let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay, you can let me know that too. And happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian pals. This weekend is a long weekend for us. Hi, Shauna. And so I hope you get to eat some turkey or whatever your traditional food of choice is. This weekend we're going to get together with Bruce's family and have a good dinner, and I'm super excited that my daughter is coming home tonight for just a short visit, but at least we'll get to see her, my youngest daughter. And then of course my oldest daughter's here, so we'll get to have the whole family back together for a little bit, which is always nice. So I am very thankful for that. Hello friends. Hi. Good to see you. I had a big event last weekend with my team and some other fellow demonstrators in the area. It was really fun. We celebrated World Card Making Day. And of course, why wouldn't you celebrate World Card Making Day by making scrapbook pages, which is what my whole presentation was about. How many of you are scrapbookers? I taught scrapbooking classes for probably the first 17 years that I was a demonstrator, and then demand kind of dwindled, so I put it on the back burner for a while, but it seems like we're having a resurgence. And Stampin' Up's come out with a whole scrapbooking brochure. We have, of course, all of our products are safe for scrapbooking, but there's a really great focused brochure. We've got two-tone 12 by 12 cardstock now, and it coordinates with some of the suites in our mini catalog. Yes, Shauna, I know you're a scrapbooker. That is amazing. I've seen some of your beautiful, I love your notebook series that you do. So yeah, it's fun to kind of be revisiting scrapbooking. I love it. So yeah, if you're interested in me showing more scrapbooking here in this series, give me a note in the comments and I can do that. Today we're going to be playing with online exclusives. Now, these were recently released to demonstrators only, and then they're going to be released to everybody on November 1st. So why would I be showing you these now? Well, we have a Demonstrator Starter Kit promotion on for the month of October. And for the month of October, when you buy our Demonstrator Starter Kit, you get to choose $206 Canadian of product of your choice, anything you want. You only pay $135. There's no shipping or GST charge. So it's a really, really good deal. Now, the online exclusives are important if you're thinking about this, because as somebody who's buying that Demonstrator Starter Kit, you can actually purchase those pre-order items in your starter kit. So you can get access to them now. So I wanted to show you some of the things that are kind of mind-blowing to me so that you can, if you're thinking about the starter kit, you can add what you like to it. Now, joining my team is really easy. Many people join it for the hobby and for the community. If you love to craft, you're in the right place. And then of course there's others of you who would like to start a business like I have. And so there's lots of variety in people who join. And I always say whatever reason you buy the starter kit is the right reason. So don't think just because you want a discount, it's not right for you, because it is. Okay, another thing is I have a few classes coming up. My City of Edmonton classes are almost sold out. I only have one in December left. But here in my studio, I have a class coming up on Tuesday this week, and that is the Haunted House Kit. It's a cocktails and kit class, so you can come enjoy a cocktail or a mocktail, and we get to assemble the kit. The haunted house is so cute, and it's very trendy right now, these haunted house decor. I've been seeing them from some of my favorite influencers in home decor, and I was like, wait, that's the same. So you can come and for $35 make your kit and have a fun little evening out. Tuesday from 7 to 9. $35. The other thing I have coming up, I have a few spots left in my Christmas card crank. That's in November. What day is that? November 13th. It's a Wednesday. And I also have a holiday bingo on Tuesday, December 10th. And with that, you're going to receive a grab bag of cute Christmassy things. And you're also going to be receiving a few make and takes, as well as get to play a few games of bingo, which is super fun. Hello, Faye. Hello, Carol. Good to see you. Okay, I'm going to do the awkward transition. You can see I've already got inky thumbs, so that is always means we're up for some fun. Oh yeah, Shauna, done. I will do that for you. Thank you for letting me know. I will definitely have you signed up for those. Okay, so I'm going to do the awkward transition so you can see my fingers and the rest of my hands. And we are going to get started on some sneak peek items. Okay, I'm going to put you into my stand. Everybody can see. Excellent. All right. So, like I said, we have some online exclusives that were pre-order only for demonstrators. They will become available November 1st for everybody else. But if you want the Demonstrator Starter Kit special, get $206 of product for $135, you can choose these items. So let's get started, shall we? So the first thing I wanted to share with you is this. We have a bundle called the Happy Hibiscus bundle, and it comes with a stamp set, it comes with an embossing folder, and it comes with a die set, and it's a hybrid embossing folder. And I'll show you what that means here in a minute. So let me bring out, I've already messed up my cutting with paper. Sorry, one sec. You know how it is. It be Friday. It be Friday. I'm just going to quickly grab a piece of white paper and we are going to cut it to size. It can't be done without doing this. I'm so sorry for the delay. Here we go. There it is. Okay, so we're going to start with our background, and I'm going to do that by adding in some two-step stamping as well as some detail. And I'm bringing in garden green. Now, one of the things that I like to do when I'm working with a known image, so a hibiscus is a real flower, for example, is I like to look up on Google what they look like. Now, hibiscus can come in many colors, I've learned, and so it's kind of fun to be able to sort of play with those colors and figure out what you want to have. I'm going to switch now to a smaller one to just add a little bit of different detail here, like that, and a couple up here, and we'll do one right here. So already it's looking kind of cute. Now we have the two steps, so we're going to bring in a scrap piece of paper and we're going to stamp off to just do a little bit lighter green. It just makes it more interesting when you can have two tones with the same ink pad. Makes your ink stretch a little bit further, which I love. And we're going to fill in all those leaves like that. Hi, Kathy from Illinois. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. How many of you have Thanksgiving plans this weekend? Are you doing anything fun? Like I said, I'm going to my sister-in-law's, which is always a good time. My sister-in-law is an amazing cook, and we all contribute to the meal. I picked up gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free, nut-free pumpkin pie from one of my favorite bakeries, which was great. So we have a lot of allergies in our family, that's why. Okay, I'm going to bring in my blending brush, and we're going to start in the middle here, and we're just going to blend out to the center. Out from the center, I should say, and we're just bringing in a little bit of that background detail and kind of spreading the green out from the center. I'm just kind of filling it in. Now we also have this fun detail stamp that comes in the Happy Hibiscus, so I'm going to use that, and some of it I'm going to stamp off and some I'm going to stamp full strength. So this one I'm going to stamp off, this one I'm going to do, oh look it, already got, this is where it helps. You can, I'm going to show you how to disguise that kind of mistake because I'm sure it's happened to you too. And we're going to do one over here too. Okay. So if I bring in my Old Olive marker, I can add a few little deliberate dots, and we're just going to add that, and he kind of disguises it so you don't really notice that we stuck our finger in ink and then added it to the, see what I mean? Beautiful. Okay. Next I have my greeting here. Actually, this is gonna cover that up anyway. And this just says, thanks for being so kind. So we'll just stamp, and this die came from the coordinating die in that same series. Okay, so that's gonna be there. But let me show you the funnest part here. Most fun? Funnest, most fun. We are going to bring in the trio of flowers, and we're gonna stamp that not in green, but in Memento. And we'll ink that up. I wanted a nice black line on this, so that's why I picked black, but you could go ahead and try to do it with your coordinating hibiscus colors. So we're gonna stamp that like so. Ooh, that's such a pretty artwork. Okay, and now I'm bringing in 3 colors. So this was my choice for the hibiscus color. So Daffodil Delight. We're going to bring in a sponge dauber, and we're gonna start by dabbing this, and then we're gonna go right over top of the whole thing, just like that. Now I stamped it onto Basic Beige, which is, you know, one of our new neutrals. It's kind of fun to have a new neutral to work with. I just wanted to not start from a white palette. I just wanted to see how it would look, and I was quite happy with how it turned out. So we started with yellow, and then we're going to bring in Calypso Coral, which is kind of a pinky orange in my opinion. So from there, we're gonna start from the center and kind of work out. We're gonna go out the lines. It doesn't matter because we're gonna use our coordinating dies here in a second. Look at how beautiful that blends. And then I have Pretty in Pink, our in color that was resurrected, and I'm so happy for it because it's one of my favorite pinks. So now we're gonna just kind of keep going in that circle past the Calypso Coral and just kind of to the edges of the, we want the edges to stay yellow on this one, okay? Just like that. So now what we can do is bring in the hybrid folder. So this is what that looks like. So here we've got the little detail, and you can see it fits in there like a puzzle. And then we're gonna flip it over, and we're just going to line it up like that. Perfect. And then you can shut the door and run it through the embossing folder. So when you do, I didn't color these ones first, but this is what it looks like when you emboss and cut at the same time. Here's the sheet that it's cut from, and there you can see are the 3 pieces. So this would just cut that out like that. So let's go ahead and skip to the finished card, and I'll show you where we landed. So it looks just like this. So I just popped those out, and then this one, I stuck these 2 straight onto the card front, and this one I popped it up. So it looks like a bunch of flowers. Pretty, right? Aw, thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. Here you can see another little sneak peek. These heart detail are, they're just called heart sequins. And they come in 1, 2, 3 sizes, which is always helpful. So yeah, love the gold detail on that. Okay, we're gonna move on to another bundle now. There's so many fun ones in here. None of these are Christmassy because they're kind of working ahead into the new year. So the next one is using a stamp set called Classic Wedding, and it has a coordinating die set. So I don't know about you, but I really love a classic car. And many people, when they get married, they sort of reach out to the uncle that has the fun car, and then they use that car to kind of get them to and from the venue. So it works for a lot of people that you might know who are getting married. So I'll bring in a piece of basic white that I actually did cut ahead of time. Well done, Lindsay. And we're going to bring in that car outline. Again, I'm going to use my Memento on that and ink that up. And we'll stamp that, kind of hug it to the right-hand side. Like that. Isn't that fun? And then we're going to bring in our Misty Moonlight. I'm kind of in a Misty Moonlight mood today. It's not a color I usually, gravitate towards, so I was kind of finding that was fun. Here's the two-step stamp for the car, and I'm going to ink that up. And again, sometimes with two-step stamping, I like to just stamp off ahead of time, and it just gives a little bit more subtle look. So we're going to line it up and then stamp that. There we go. Jeanette, thank you for watching from Sydney. I appreciate it. Okay, so we've got our little misty moonlight car. And I'm going to bring in a pool party marker. And when it comes to glass, sometimes you can give that illusion of the glass being there by using the light pool party. Look I almost have pool party nails right now. I'm in a mood. You can tell. Okay, we're going to go all over the windows like that. And then this is such a fun stamp set because there's a lot of two-step stamping involved. I have to figure out where I put my second stamps. Did I leave them all here? I did. It's okay. So we got the little tire stamp. It looks like a tongue, but it's really meant for the tire. Okay, and then we have this one here. Like that. Beautiful. And then you can use your dies to sort of embellish as you want. So here you can see we've got the bumper, and we came out with this really beautiful textured metallic paper. So you can see we've got silver and we've got gold, but see the texture in that? I just think that makes it so interesting. So I've already die cut out the bumper, and see the textures there. Isn't that fun? Okay, we're going to bring in my small dimensionals, mini dimensionals, and we'll stick our bumper on. I wanted to give it that little bit of lift so it looks like it's kind of part of the car but off the car, just the way a bumper would be. Okay, already so cute. And then we're going to bring in a beautiful coordinating color to Misty Moonlight, and that's Melon Mambo. And there's these lovely sort of watercolored looking hearts. So we're going to stamp a few along like that. Whew, very nice. And, oh my friends, so fun. There is new designer series paper. So I'll bring that in so you can take a look. So here you can see it's all marbled and pretty. Look at the stripes. There's gold built into it, so that makes it so fun. So we're gonna use a strip of that paper to embellish. And we also have some gold twine. Now this gold twine looks so beautiful when you double knot it. I love to do two threads together at the same time, and you can use a meat fork or anything that has two tines, but just on the opposite side of the pegs you're going to put your twine. You'll switch hands. The one that's on the bottom goes through the pegs at the top, and the other goes through the pegs at the bottom, and you're just doing both threads at the same time. You give it a little tug, and then when you tie it, you get a perfect little bow, and then we're going to be able to add this on. So those are kind of the tricky parts. Let me skip ahead and show you the finished project. So here you can see there's our thread. I added the little bow. That's part of the dies. It has a thing to do the cans. I just wanted to do the bow. And then I'll show you really quickly. This stamp here is that banner, and it has a die to cut it out. But I wanted congratulations, and the congratulations is actually straight. So what I did is I just stuck it on the block like that, so that when I stamped it, it was on the curve that would fit into that little banner. So it just is another way that you can use your, what do you call it? Stamps that are straight to be able to fit into a different way. And then I just said to the happy couple. Cute, right? Okay, now we have a true PYP today, my friends. If you're new here, maybe somebody could fill them in on what a PYP is. So let me start by showing you the cutting dimensions on this. So here we have a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of paper, and go ahead and screenshot this. This is going to be scored at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 4.5 inches, and 5 inches. And you're gonna do that on 2 pieces. Now I used a new set of dies. These are the, what are they called? They are called the Hearts of Elegance dies. It comes with 2 sheets, so it's kind of a beefy die set. And I used this heart to cut out this one here. So we have 2. We're going to be working on a diorama card. Okay, so next I'm bringing in some new paper, and I'll show you that too. So this is called the Utterly Adorable paper. And you can see it's got Pool Party, it's got Balmy Blue, it has some really great river and fish and aquatic images. So I used the Pool Party, surprise, surprise, to cut out a little background piece for this card. So I'm gonna just remove this. I'll stick it right there, so in case you're just jumping in, you can see it. So this, I wanted it to look like water or rain in the background. So we're gonna go ahead and add some Stampin' Seal to the back. And we'll just line it up with the scoring that we did, like that. Okay, and then I also pre-cut using the stamp set that we're going to use, the Umbrella Days. I brought in the die that cuts out the grass, and I cut out 2 strips of that. So we have 2 here. So one is going to layer up here, and one is going to layer down here, like that, so that you get that look, okay? I think I can actually do it just basically like that, yeah. So I'm gonna trim it, because this cuts only one side, so that's why you can see we've got the top of it is cut, but not the bottom. I'm just poking out any of the bits that shouldn't be there. Okay, so then this we're going to trim just right here. This is probably making you crazy that I'm eyeballing this. Sorry. Okay, and then we're gonna add that on like that. Okay, and then this is going to go here. Now, before we do that, we're going to stamp the greeting, and the greeting says, "The storm will end and the sun will shine again." It's very hopeful. Okay, so we're gonna ink that up in Granny Apple Green and then stamp that here. Beautiful. Okay, so this we're going to add to here, and I'm just going to trim again. Sorry. We're just gonna go straight up. And then I'll use my dimensionals to add that onto the project. So again, we're just lining it up to the score lines. So this is gonna go just like that. Okay, so now let me show you the how we're gonna make this into a diorama card. So I love my tear and tape. Can't live without it. So tear and tape is true to its name. You don't need to use scissors to cut it. You can just bring it along and tear it. And we're gonna do that on both sides on that 1/2 inch piece that we scored. Now, give it a good press, and that helps the adhesive to activate. So now I'm gonna use it's better to use your take your pick tool. I just was lazy and grabbed what was beside me. But we're gonna take the backing off so that we can add the front piece. So this is going to fold like that, and then fold, oh, Lindsay, don't stick it in that. Fold like that. So this is gonna be the top. Do you see where I'm going with that? And then this one, same thing. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that. Okay. So I'm just gonna flatten it out so that we can easily stick it together. So this will go like this, and this will go You can actually just flatten this out now, like that. So now you get this little pop-up. Whoa, I know. There's your dimensions if you're forgetting. Okay, so now we have these cutie patootie little images that we're going to bring in. So I'm going to bring in a piece of basic white, and I've got a little one with an umbrella, and you can see this is the sole reason I bought this stamp set. There's a lab. There's a little lab. Oh my goodness. Okay, I needed that for my mental health. I needed the lab in my stamping collection. So we're going to stamp the little one, and we're going to stamp the lab. So with our memento, we can use our blends to color. Now, I mean, you've seen me color a million times, but I wanted to show you how I colored the lab, because my lab, London, is a red lab. And so she has fur that looks almost strawberry blonde. So I'm going to start, first of all, with my dark lemon lolly. And we're going to color the whole puppy. And then I'm bringing in light pumpkin pie. And I'm going to go over her ears and along her nose, just kind of up along her neck, along her back. Okay, like that. And then we're going to go back over top of it with the light lemon lolly. Oh, I want the brush end. So this is going to blend those colors together. And then that will give sort of the red lab look that we have in our house, just like that. So you can see she kind of has that red tinge. So same with, we're going to color our little one here. And then we're going to continue decorating the outside. So I pre-cut from that coordinating die set some little rain clouds here. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal, and we're going to stick that down like so, and then use a dimensional, and we're going to pop this one up like that. And then we have a new silk cord. So this is in Lost Lagoon, but it coordinates beautifully with Pool Party. And again, we can just use our tying tool. Like I said, you can use a meat fork. Anything with 2 tines is going to work. You can put it on the opposite sides, switch, bottom one goes through the top, other goes through the bottom, give it a tug, and tie a knot. And then we're going to add this to the top here. Okay, let me skip to the finished card, and here we go. Isn't that pretty? So here you can see is my little London and a little kiddo there. You can see the 2 levels of grass. And I just wanted to show you really quickly this. So I took the full sheet of, they're called foam adhesive sheets, and I put it on the back of some designer series paper, and we're just going to remove that, and it turns your flowers into flower shaped dimensionals. So it makes it really, really easy to add dimension to it. Isn't that cute? Yeah, so if you love the online exclusives, like I said, if you want the very best deal, I'm always here for it, giving you the best deal, then you're going to want to get the Demonstrator Starter Kit. So like I said, you can choose $206 of products. You only pay $135. There's no shipping or GST charged, so it's only $135. So you get a really, really, really good savings. If you pick $206 as a customer, you would also pay 11% shipping, and you would pay GST. So there's, you know, a 16% saving rate there, but you're also getting all the rest of it for free. So I'll show you one more time. We've got our PYP card. We have our cute little, wedding card, and then our hibiscus thank you card. So go ahead and visit my online store on November 1st. If you would rather wait and be the customer purchase, you can buy these on November 1st. And all of these products will be available. Remember, if you'd like to join my Cocktails and Kits class this Tuesday and make a haunted house, it's very, very easy. It's not a finicky kind of project. You'll be very happy with what you can have a cocktail and finish this kit. It's a small class. It's just casual. It's more just about hanging out and making a Halloween craft. So I'd love to have you come. That's $35. Okay, my friends, have an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you get to eat some yummy food and spend time with the people you love. And I also hope you get some time to craft. Bye for now.